Hello, beautiful ladies. Okay, let's talk about something really important, and that is how we start to manifest in a much more powerful way. How we start to create the reality that we actually want, to get the desires that we have using our own inner resources. Because especially this state of affairs that we find ourselves with, everything that's happening in the world right now, if you are still trying to create things just with the logical, trying to create, things from just the 3D dimension, as we call it, you might find that everything feels like a struggle. So it's time to try a different way. And the skill that I'm talking about here is in how we start to use our own inner resources to manifest in a much more powerful way. How we use energy to manifest different realities. So I'm going to show you what this is about. When I started my shamanic journey, one of the first things that I embarked on was alchemy. And it continues to be one of the most powerful skill I ever learned in terms of the way I manifest, and also how I help my clients get bigger results. And my aim is that you can start to do this as well. So activating the alchemist, for me, when I was thinking about how I bring this forth, I was thinking, first of all, I needed to be able to explain what this is about. What is the Alchemist Within? What's that concept that everybody has these abilities within? Understanding why the shamanic approach to alchemy, it's something that we can start to use to manifest in such powerful ways. Understanding your spiritual and energy protection and grounding as you start to create in such powerful ways, as you coach, as you lead, as you up level, why this is an integral part of this work. Introducing you to this concept of quantum leaping, because this is something that then happens when you start to incorporate this way of the alchemist in how you create quantum leaping, this concept that, instead of going from A to B to C, you just literally jump straight to E, quantum leaping in your manifesting. And then I give you a homework. At the end of every module, there's always a homework, okay? So that's part of the introduction. Another part of the introduction for me was also showing you, so when you know this concept, how do you integrate with it? How do you apply it into your daily lives? How do you integrate it into your spiritual abilities? How do you start to maintain your spiritual practice as you're doing this work? Because it's so important. And then lastly, we then start to dive into the real concept for me, of what alchemy has allowed me to do, and how you can do that too. And for this, I break it down into 3 codes, okay? So before I go into those codes, I take you through an introduction into, how you manifest with those sequence codes, how, your understanding of the sequence codes and activating of these sequence codes. Then we dive into the sequence codes, and there are 3 beautiful, powerful sequence codes. So the first code for me was about initiation. Initiation is such a powerful concept to understand, because so many of us, in fact everybody, we're going through initiations, but we do them very unconsciously. The way I see initiation is that process of going from one form or one reality to the next reality. So for example, your current, at one point, a reality of yours could be that you were earning like £1,000, $1,000 every month, or £4,000, $4,000 or every month, or you were earning 50K per year or $50K per year. And at that point, perhaps maybe you also had credit card debts that you wanted to clear. And let's add to that. Let's say at that point as well, you had this desire that you wanted a car and you wanted to be able to buy your home. So your current reality then was this person that was earning this 50K, that had a lot of credit card debt, that wanted this car, etc., etc. But you had this calling or this desire to be earning so much more, where you had no debts, where you were living in your own dream home. That desire, that calling was already within you. It was a reality that your soul knew was already yours, and that's why you could feel it. But in order to transform from this reality that you're in to that next reality, there has to be an initiation that's transform you from one state or one reality to the other. Now, usually this initiation, most people go through it in a very unconscious way. And this may look like, for example, those moments in our lives where, for example, everything falls. You lose everything. You break up with a loved one. You go through a heartbreak. etc., etc. And it's so painful. And you have to go through that sort of like dark moment. But then now when you reflect back to those moments, you go, oh my gosh, that was actually happening for me. And look at me now. So maybe then, eventually, you are then this person that you took your business to the next level, or you went for that dream and you got that car, or you up-level your income and you step into a different reality. But before you could do that, you had to go through this initiation, this process of transformation into the next level, the next up-level version of you. But what we want to start doing, especially using this way of the alchemist, is we want to do it in a more conscious way. So in this code, I show you how to go through an initiation to reinitiate yourself in a much more conscious way, so that we don't wait for those like bang, painful moments to reinitiate us. So this is what this first code is about. I take you through an introduction, I explain what initiation is, and then I give you an activation, I give you a homework, and then for that challenge for this code is you rewire your brain for success. And then the second code is about focus and expansion. Now you've reinitiated yourself. How do you get this focus to then manifest the things that you want and also expand into it? Because focus is such a key aspect of alchemy. You have to learn how to direct energy towards the things that you want. This is what focus is about. And in this code, again, I take you through how you direct energy into manifesting through focus. I take you through focus and expansion. And then we go through an activation. Every code has an activation. This process of actually activating you. But you don't have to do anything. You just go through the meditation. But it's an activation. You get your homework for the code. And then you also get your challenge. And the challenge on this level is how you expand your energetic capacity to hold more. Because as you are learning about focus and you're learning about, expansion and you're creating more, we want to make sure also that you can hold the things that you're manifesting. And then the last code is building momentum. So the first code was about learning how to reinitiate yourself towards the things that you desire. The second code is about how you learn to direct energy to manifest in such a bigger way, and also to expand into the things that you're creating. Because for so many people, they manifest, but they can't hold it, and then they lose it. But this way, I'm going to teach you how to expand into things, how to hold it. And then as you're able to then do that, I'm going to then teach you how to build momentum. So the third code is about how you build momentum. And again, for this code, you're going to get obviously the introduction, you're going to get the activation, and the challenge for this, which I really love, it's about how you expand into more money and wealth. So this is one of my favorite programs that you can jump in right now and start your journey. Okay, as soon as you're in, you start to get the content delivered to you. There is again a space where you can discuss with me what you're going through. You can ask me questions and I'll respond. So I'm still there guiding you, even though it's a self-led program.